All right, we're back. Welcome back to Calling the Audible here
so
from.
tired.
What's up?
Sorry?
I'm so tired.
Yeah, you are tired, eh?
We're not even halfway through.
Yeah, we're not even half. We're not even only like 1/14 through the season. We have like
Instead of
13 more.
ending with what did we learn, can we start with what did we learn and say that we learned that we need to show up on time so that we'll be finished faster and we'll be
Yes,
less
true.
tired?
Excellent
Yeah.
points.
I feel like there's something there. I feel like
Welcome to the 4A and 4B podcast.
Guess what's on my mind right now?
Calling the Audible?
Punctuality.
Beautiful face.
something about pumpkins.
Yeah, he's definitely irritated GM. Should we get another buddy
Like
burger?
all I'm saying is like you don't go to the Sistine Chapel and be like, yo, Michelangelo didn't show up on time for his painting today.
I heard people did that.
Yeah, and guess what? Guess who didn't give a shit? The greatest painter of all time. Peas.
I'm willing to bet you can't paint.
No, like I'm colorblind. How can I paint?
Did you
Wow.
did you confuse the Buffalo Bills and New York Jets when they were playing
Oh, that
the
was the
color
worst.
rush?
That was
game?
That
golden.
It was a vibrating football
Peace was
table.
so
game.
mad.
I was so mad. It was like I just got cable.
Man, you know what I hope,
And
Simone?
I canceled cable immediately after.
You know what I hope, Simone? That we have a team of the Fonz that's red and green.
Oh, it would be great.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Like, Christmas makes me angry.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. Like, what would PZ do when he makes the broadcast call? And that is a catch by
13. Cool.
Yes. Welcome to
That'd be
Calling the
amazing.
Audible for Division 4A and 4B.
Hi.
And for those who are watching this for the first time, it's a different look. The suits at head office cut down on the number of bodies we had for the media aspect of it, so we were able to survive the slaughter that occurred.
It's like the natural selection that's happening in Hollywood at the moment.
Yes, exactly. To my immediate left, it is none other than Simon Dajna, who you can see on Field
Hi.
3 on Wednesday nights for Hebert. And then you have to my far left, PZ Delarizi, who is killing it in Division 6.
If not lower.
7?
Yeah, one speed
Nine.
power.
6D.
No,
Ooh.
six
Oh,
major.
okay.
No way. Whoa. Hey.
Relax.
And
put
I
it-
can't call him this because he gave me the look of death like 8 years ago when I called him the Rick Santorum of the...
Why do you
He's still
why do you
like-
perpetuate this?
He's still angry about it, though.
To be fair, a lot of people look how happy he is.
I'm,
right
I'm,
now.
I'm pretty happy
Look how
though, that
happy
I
Mo
feel
is.
like enough time has gone by that because Rick Santorum is no longer someone noteworthy, most people don't even know who he is anymore,
just
and that
Google-
makes me happy.
Google Rick Santorum. He
Look,
looks
look
like
how
GM.
happy. Look how happy Mokan was about that joke. He was so proud of himself.
And Eagle, the producer. GM actually is the historian.
I actually hear Eagle typing, and I feel like he's gonna superimpose Rick Santorum onto the screen right now.
What do you mean? There's no way that's the Google image search I'm looking at the moment as I sit next to the eagle.
GM is going to be our stats guy, info guy. For those who are curious, not his role. He won't be on camera, but you'll see him. Oh, he is on camera. My bad.
Hi, GMs. I see yous. Both of yous.
Does he- Eagle? Yes. No. He looks like Rick Santorum. Yeah.
You should run for office and say a bunch of ridiculous things. It works, apparently.
Yeah, because you can say whatever you want and do it anyways.
Okay. All
Make
right.
it your president.
We're getting off track here, boys. Let's dive into 4A and 4B here. We'll get back to Rick Santorum in a bit. All right, guys. Recap the week that was. 4A. Some key games that you guys saw this past week. I'll start with you, Simon. What caught your attention from this?
Okay, the two teams that really caught my attention this week was the first one is Martin and the Flag. So basically, the guys from EMPS from Division 2 last winter
Mhm.
that took a beating for 10
Oh
straight
yeah,
weeks.
that's right. They lost by 85
And
points.
then
That's
they
right,
decided, to, hey guys, we should play in Division 4. And now I think they have a very good season ahead of them. They kind of learned from Division 2. They know a bit more what they're doing. And they have the players to make an impact. And the other one is Pastor Prime. I'm very surprised by what
PZ's
they're
favorite.
outing.
Yeah, I like those.
Called it in my preseason article.
Very happy with Pastor Prime. First of all, I think the 4 is the right fit for them at this moment.
I think it's a little weak for them, but
They should be in 3, I mean.
I think they'd be competitive in 3. They'll do really well in 4.
I like
Okay,
them
so
in four,
I need to reference something. I feel like it was like 2 or 3 years ago where Moose had played Past Our Prime and they beat them like Past Our Prime beat Moose like 40-12 or something ridiculous like that. And people's like, "Oh, they're terrible. They're garbage.
Yeah,
they
that's
shouldn't have
right.
beaten us
I
by
didn't
this."
say they're terrible.
So
no,
it's
no,
funny
no,
that
no.
now
Oh, wait,
they're
one
in
second.
a
This
lower
is slander. This is not. I never said they're terrible in their garbage. I said we definitely should have beat that team. And by the way, Pastor Prime has since been kryptonite for Darksiders Moose. Any variation of my teams, as they always beat us. But in my defense, we
I
had.
just love that it draws an interesting parallel.
It
That
does
now
though.
that they're in,
No,
like,
because I think, but I never said, hey, they don't belong in Division 3. I think they're a very talented team. But I was surprised because that game we had a guy in I forget his name, but he's a tight end now for the Cincinnati Bearcats, and Felix Laflamme, who played for Team Canada. He was all Canadian. So it was a good team that Pastor Prime beat. And when you look at Pastor Prime, you don't expect them to be able to run with guys who are like legitimate, like university level studs.
Yeah, but I think a couple years ago when you were on
You must
the
have strong quads with all that backpedaling.
Yeah. Because 2 years ago when you were on the anti-POP bandwagon.
I've never been anti-POP.
Yeah, you were.
I love you, Oli.
You're like, no, they can't hang. They can't hang.
They can't though.
They can't.
They can't
There you go.
legitimately hang into
We're-
3.
We're back.
They're a competitive team in Div
Nice
3.
try, Peace.
They're too strong into 4.
PG,
Listen, I understand that none of you are intelligent enough to follow along with the context.
Yes, we'll go with that.
But it's okay.
So-
I'm used to dealing with lesser
So
people.
other good teams in Division 4. Honestly, if there's one team this season that I don't really want to jump on the bandwagon just yet, but I might, is LV. What used to be I keep forgetting their names. What's the name of that team? That LV. They've been in FPF for what, 5 or 6 years now at least. It's
Playground.
Thank you, Playground. And I think this might be the season where they actually pick it up. They found the right pieces. They have the experience together. They know what they're doing. I think this is the season where they might be one of the best, if not the best team in Division 4.
69ers. Big win over Stitz. They won 55-20. We know this team very well. They have a roster of like 25 million players from Dean Dimitriou right down to our boy.
A lot of people play for 69ers.
Yeah, they have a lot of guys. Shea Harbor, who, look, I've criticized him in years past because he's always come up at the short end in the most important games here. But do they finally have the right formula to win, or no, not win, make it to a final, which they've always lost in the conference finals to get to that point? Do they have that ability to make it to the finals this year?
I like what we saw from Harbour in week 1 and that he's able to use all of the weapons on his team. That's what will make them effective. But they also played the Siths. And can we confidently say that Gino DeFazio is a Division 4 quarterback? At this point?
He's a Division 7B quarterback.
He's a Division 4 quarterback, but his roster is not a Division 4 team.
But yeah, he's going to try to
Yes.
finagle his way to get like a Division 1 player onto the roster somehow.
Yeah, but one
Jerome
guy,
Patrick's.
Yeah, Jerome Patrick.
but one guy won't get you W's in Division 4. You need a team around him. And Sitz is an athlete.
He can't build a roster though.
69ers destroyed them, and I think we're kind of over. I like 69ers. I think they got another very good season. They will make the conference finals, but I think we're kind of like exaggerating the fact that
Overreacting.
yes,
Overhyping, overreaction.
all these words about their week 1 success.
I saw that Top Secret beat Backyard Bullies.
It was a great game.
And so they replaced what's his name? The dude we were talking about in the last podcast.
Nick So,
No, who they replaced
Other
from that
people?
team?
who were you talking
Have-
about? Top Secret?
Both
Or-
teams replaced players.
No,
Thank
I'm
you,
saying
Scott
sorry,
McDonnell.
I'm saying Top
CFL.
Secret. Top Secret had
Pat Lindor.
Pat Lindor. There we go. Pat Lindor replaced by Cedric Knuckle. That's a nice
Cedric
piece.
Knuckles is an amazing pickup for them.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
understand.
well, that's the
Huge
thing.
upgrade.
Nick Saddle, Cedric Knuckle, Maxime Tareux, and with Zachary Kiverger throwing. Kiverger is not perfect, and he's gonna get better. And he has that awesome stare of death in his in his player profile pick. But
Peace. What do you mean?
what? That's the one. So I'm scared of him when he sees me when he will see me in public. But honestly, unlike Nick Settle's team in Division 5, this team has a quarterback that can build around,
Yes.
and they've gotten him tools to work with. So I'm excited for Top Secret.
I score kept that game. They scored on the last play of the game to
That's awesome.
win, and then they got they scored on the last play. It was great. The game altogether was very impressive. Their defense is very good. The quarterback, they're still working the kinks. There's a lot of new weapons.
Working the kinks.
Well, look for backyard
Working.
bullies. Scott McDonnell's a CFL player, so
Yeah.
he's playing. Like Rich Humes told me the other day at Hebert, he was throwing out plays that he goes, all right, dude, if the safety's playing high, just cut off your route at this point and do like a post end. Like he really made it complex for the guys, and they're like, dude, simplify the whole passing tree and we'll be okay.
It was.
Yeah.
He was waiting. He was holding the ball too long because he was expecting you to make these cuts and these adjustments.
He
And
thought it was CFL football, bro.
yeah.
And how many times did Vinny Golano complain to the referee that he wasn't getting calls?
Over 1,700.
That's about right. Yeah.
That's just an average.
The one thing I'll say about this about backyard bullies is the friendship between Vinny Golano and Rich Humes is getting too close. Now they have the same haircut.
Yeah.
like Mark Davis and John
But
They
Green.
have the
will say-
exact same haircut.
but
It's weird.
I will say that it's having a positive effect because Rich Hume's amazing positive energy is turning Vinny Golano to an almost likable person.
He's the reason why he's been locked down. Commission, new quarterback now. They lose to Montagnard 36-31.
New team.
I feel like we say that about Commission every 2 seasons.
Well,
No,
no,
it's
Sean
a new
Avery's been
team.
there for a while though, right? And then they went different
2
directions.
seasons. And now you can't play him 4 anymore.
I know, but because of whatever circumstance, they went different directions here. Commission, they win finally a championship in their history for the first time in
Yep.
spring season.
Brad Balkin was so happy.
Yeah,
I
he
was
saw
also-
the profile picture, right, of the team photo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have enough firepower to perhaps be competitive, or are they going to take a step back because they have a new quarterback and it might take them a while to acclimatize to this whole process?
It's the same name. It's not the same team. They have only
Well, Eddie Lee, Dominic Benevento are back. Eddie Gomez is back.
and Amiol is back as well.
but no Jordan Lillard, no Sean.
No, that's
Graham.
and no Patron as well,
No
right? So
Petrone.
that's a huge loss of production for
They-
those 3 guys.
three of their top 5 players are not back.
Mm-hmm.
So the division is fairly the same. C and 4A is basically the same, and now they're playing without some of their most important pieces. I don't see it.
Is it like? Do you guys know why Julien Fizessier didn't finish the game at quarterback? Was he late, or
I do
did he
not.
get hurt?
I'm
do
not too sure about that. But across the board for Division 4A, out of all the divisions 1 through 6D, is this probably the best division top to bottom? Look at the quality of teams you have across the board. I think this might be the most competitive.
I think it's probably the division with the most parity, but it's also Division 4 for some reason is always the most boring division in that nobody has any personality in the division.
Unlike
It's
P,
a bunch of faceless teams.
unlike
No,
P's, I
that's
really
incorrect.
like
Faceless.
Top Sis is in there.
Okay, that's one. I'll give you that. I'll give you top season. Then what?
Um,
Mutation? Come on, get out of here.
The Tide.
The new commission.
The Tide.
The Tide have no face.
Jaguars, bro.
All right, Jaguar. I'll give you that one too.
Yeah,
I'll give
man.
you Jaguars
They
too.
got,
I'm saying you got 2 or 3 teams with face. No one else has faces.
Friends of
They're
Places.
like bad mannequins. No one's a bad mannequin.
okay, so there may not be any colorful characters in this division. Okay, fine. But I think the quality of play will be
Yes.
50-50.
I like for this season. If you look at all the 0-1 teams at the moment, there's a lot of teams you would expect would be on the top end of the record, not the bottom one. Like Show Me TDs are currently 0-1.
Yeah,
Would you
well, they
expect
played,
Show Me TDs
but they
to
did play
finish-
against Friends in Low Places, which are a strong team, and
No, that's not what I'm
and
saying.
it's one of those games that like really didn't go well from start to finish.
No,
Uh,
it's fine. What I'm saying is
This
there's a lot of
isn't-
teams that we
This
expect.
isn't new though. Show me your TDs. They come out slow out of the gates. It seems to be the modus operandus, and then as they start to gain traction, they get more of a feel for the division. Is when they start to pick up steam. We talked about it in Division C last
Yeah,
spring
it's true.
when they started 0-3, and then they turned on the Jets.
What happens is that Mike Adona eats and drinks too much during the holidays, and that's why they come out slow. Is he's physically slow.
He
So
looks
then
like,
let's give them the
so-
time.
yeah.
He's
So
gonna-
you're
he's gonna hop on the
saying they would
treadmill,
need-
he's
He
gonna
looks like
do
the
the
character in
moves.
Willy Wonka when she eats all the chocolate, right? And then she blows up.
Yeah, if chocolate is scotch and cigars, then yes.
Yeah.
So you're saying they would need preseason games to
which
be ready
they'll
for
never
week
do.
1.
Okay, but reality speaking here, guys, and if you look at the playoff format for this division this
Oh,
year,
I see what you did there. Sorry, go ahead.
That took forever.
so 16 teams, right? 8 per conference.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think there's more than 16 teams that are valuable teams that can perhaps make a run for the playoffs. I think that there's a good number of teams that will be competitive.
there's 8 teams out of 11 in 4A that's going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Though a 3-6-1 team is going to make the playoffs. More than likely.
Or 3 and 7, or
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Well, I say 3-6-1
Okay,
because
so you're saying
I don't
the
think
minimum-
3-7 will make, but
They
the
might
four-
though.
You're
They
saying
Yeah.
minimum 3 wins get you in the playoffs.
I think 3
I
wins
think
going to be enough.
4 will need
But
to get.
even 4 wins, not that much.
But what does that say about the quality of play, though? I mean, if we're talking about the bottom rung of a division, regardless of whatever division it is, right?
No, I like
If
the
4 wins is your bottom, that means I think it's a successful FPF year.
it means everyone's in the right division.
Everyone's still competitive
Yeah,
up
okay.
until the end of the season. You get my point?
Yeah.
Like if it's a 1-win team going to week 10, it's different from a 4-win team trying to fight
Yes.
for a playoff spot in week 10.
Yes. But there's a chance that a 2-win team, 2-7, might fight for a playoff spot by week 10, week 9, week 10, because only 3 teams that won't make the playoffs per conference, which is not a lot. So we're gonna have that whole Division 6 feel where a lot of teams make the playoffs. That the number 1 seed is gonna have a bigger impact on the 8th seed because there might be a 10-0 team facing against like a 3-7 team.
All right.
Pete's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I lost
Okay.
you.
Speaking of guys who will break it down with us, our very own Terry Tam. He'll talk about food,
I'll talk about stuff.
talk about snapping maybe,
Stuffing,
talk
probably.
about players in the league. You name it, Terry Tam will break it down with us here on Calling the Audible with PZ Delarizzi, Simon Dagenet,
What's up?
the man himself, the Buddy Burger eater, GM Clarethris, Eagle at the Master Control, and yours truly here, Terry Tam.
On the Sportera guest line are brought to you by Sportera, the official suppliers of FBF uniforms and jerseys, as well as the home to the Sportera cage. Are you not getting your stats because your jersey is so beat up that the scorekeeper can't read your number? Don't be that guy on the Flag Plus football wall. We all know who you are. And get yourself or your team a fresh new look today by emailing info@sportera.com for quotes and details.
Headsets can hear this conversation.
Hey Terry, you here?
Yes, sir.
How's it going, buddy?
Good, you?
How you taking care of those thumbs?
My thumbs are great,
Terry
too.
Tam, by the way, for those who don't know, is the most beautiful thumbs on planet Earth. Terry, what team are you playing for this season?
I am playing in Division 2 and Division 3. In Division 2 for You Can't Sit With Us, and Division 3 for Purple Rain.
We were having a heated discussion, but it wasn't that heated, actually. We all kind of agreed. We were talking about, like, pro A&W tips. The onion rings need to go in the burger, am I right?
Well, I mean, you got to order a set for the burger and then order a second set
Man.
for see?
This is why he's a genius. Terry Tam, for those who don't know the backstory as to why you're our food analyst here with FPF, what got you that title? Like, why is it that when we think food, we think Terry Tam?
It's because I eat a lot of it.
Yeah, but I'm talking specifically about your poutine challenge.
So in 2010, my buddies challenged me to eat 100 poutines in 1 year. So I defied their challenge, and I ate 101 in 11 months.
That's disgusting.
And that Putin challenge was obviously done after your player profile photo was taken, as we can see. Here
Yes,
on the
exactly.
live feed.
Exactly. Is that on the screen right now?
It is, absolutely.
I was actually I forgot who was telling me about it. They're like, yo, you look like you're 10 years younger in that picture. I said, because I am.
Also that's the other thing. Terry, why does it seem that D4 never has any character? Just a bunch of faceless teams with no particular personality.
Well, I mean, usually Division 4 is always like a kind of like a mixture of a bunch of guys that maybe play tackle together that weren't, the best tackle players, and maybe a mixture of guys that think they can do well in flag but don't. But now I think that it's kind of changed a bit. It's kind of flipped over where you see a lot of teams that maybe played in Division 3 or Division C, even though Division C and 4A are pretty similar. So they're pretty good. And they have a lot of like flash, a lot of pizzazz kind of thing. Like I look at teams like maybe the Jags, Friends in Low Places, A Squad, Norfolk and Chance, and these guys they're loud. They have a face that kind of like a representative of their team. So if you look at A Squad, you look at a guy like Yakub, who's a very talented player, and the guys that he has around him as well. Then you look at Norfolk, you have Chris Millard and Akeem Hoyt, who are very loud and very in your face, and they command some sort of respect on the field. So it used to be that way in Division 4, but I see it more turning the tide now, where you're getting more parity. Yeah, for sure.
So this is kind of an inside joke, but do Vinny Galano or Marco Mastiotra, our Division 1-2 analysts that we'll hear Marco later in the show, do they know any players lower than Division 2?
Well, no, because they're beneath them. So why would they know anybody in
That's what I'm
this division?
Division
Especially for Marco. Nobody's even close to being Marco's caliber as a human and as an athlete.
That's what he says. He has a T-shirt.
According
that
to
says
him,
that,
yeah.
actually.
According to him. Yeah.
In Division 4A, is there a team that started 0-1 that has surprised you that they did not win their opening game?
I think I heard you guys talking about them earlier, the Backyard Bullies. I mean, for them to lose to Top Secret, I mean, not the Top Secret, it's a bad team. They have good athletes, Cedric Knuckle and J.S. Calais and Nicolas Sao. But for them to lose a close game like that, having a CFL player as a quarterback, is pretty. It's surprising. The fact they only put up 20 points when you have guys like Rich Humes, Vinny Golano, I mean Sean Abram to a certain extent on the team, and it's it's a little shocking. I mean, maybe it's their first game. I don't know if Scott's ever played quarterback before. I don't think he has. So I mean, I think they'll pick it up the rest of the season. But it was a little surprising. I thought they would be. I still have them as one of my favorites going into the season.
We all thought when Anton Saki started in this league that he was the truth. That he won a championship in his first season in Division 5. Are you surprised to see him still in Division 4B at this point in his FPF career?
I mean, I was one of the guys that was on the Sakis bandwagon. I thought he was like the kind of like the next up and coming guy. I remember telling a few guys, telling Vinny and telling Marco about Sakis, and
They would have known him because he doesn't play Division 2. Yeah.
Yeah, they're beneath him. But having seen him play, they kind of agreed with me. He has a good arm. He reads the field well. But then I don't think it's his fault. I mean, he's had his best player. Kept on getting injured every year. I was forgetting his name. Yeah, Justin Filto, exactly. And then he had
and Alvi Mazzella got hurt too.
Exactly, and then you had Terrence also, that guy that tore his ACL as well. So his team around him, his core around him, kept on getting injured, so it limited from going up. I remember GM actually, he played a few games with us and with Salid, and he was pretty good, and that was Division 3 at the time. And you kind of thought that maybe he can hold his own, but it just never worked out for him. I think Sakis is very capable, but now the fact that he's kind of surrounded himself with the guys from Limalud, I think that's very good. It's very good for him, and I think he's going to do well this season.
60-second restaurant review.
On which restaurant?
Any. Go.
Okay, we'll give a bad review. Okay, Scaroli's used to be my favorite restaurant in Montreal. My favorite, I'd say.
Because
I don't know if they changed ownership or what the case was, but it's really gone down the drain. I used to love their gnocchi meat sauce there, and you get the bread and everything. You feel like you're 400 pounds after you eat it, but now it's really not that good anymore. So I think that I'm going to put
300 pounds when you're done.
That's it.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
So I think I put Scaroli's on the give them a C rating.
All right. Well,
they would be around Simon Dagenet.
If you have a choice to going to Scaroli's, aka Simon Dagenet's, do not go. Div 4 champions, 4A, 4B, go.
For 4B, I mean, the Division Dodgers, I would say. I don't know if you can be a Division Dodger if you're playing in 4B when you won. Sphinx, I would say. I think they should be in maybe Division 3 if you added one more player. But I see them not be able to keep up with Small Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Small Giants is a team that I like to watch. They're very flashy. They've won Division D, I think, in the past, or I think it was 5B, one of the two.
Yeah.
So I like them. Justin Lerner is a very good quarterback. They have good athletes on the team, John Mandy Menos and Darren McDesian, and I'm a big fan of them. That's for 4B. For 4A, I like the 69ers this year, man. They're really good. The fact that you have Shane Harbour playing quarterback and Dean Dimitri is able to do what he can do as a receiver and as a DB as well. I'm a huge fan of 69ers. I think they're going to be able to take it all the way. It's going to be tough because you have Alpha T's, you have Brocasian. We'll say the choke artist Brocasian, but you have them. They're kind of competing, but I think the 69ers will be able to take it all the way.
All right, Terry, thank you for joining us. The other guys don't seem to have any questions because apparently I carried this whole show. Thank you for
also,
us,
Peas, your quads are great from backpedaling on your call-outs before.
Absolutely. I will never be consistent. I will always backtrack on what I say.
Consistency is I'd say, butthole of journalism.
That's true. Facts. You heard it here. Butthole of journalism. Eagle, put that on the scroll. Thanks, Terry.
Bye, guys.
Mo, you can speak now.
Yes, I know.
It wasn't immediately clear that you knew.
I know.
We are trying a new format for those at home.
I know. We're experimenting.
And
here
from
with
Ocon
this.
too.
Mind you, I didn't. My headset only works for us three. Couldn't hear the convo with Terry. It was all mumble.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I know. Next time.
Yeah, we'll get that sorted out for
Mo,
next
it's not really a headset. It's more headphones.
Earbuds.
There you go.
time. Earbugs.
Earbuds.
GM.
GM is still flabbergasted.
It's funny because that's what you do for a living, so it's like a carpenter calling it a hammer.
That's right, though.
I'm just realizing I have to do 14 weeks of this.
Well, think about it.
You keep your sanity.
The best
14
is
times
GM's face was on the screen for like 5 seconds. As he
minimum.
faced
Like, let's say if it's like, I don't know, 14 times 3, so 350. No, about 42 hours.
You're not very good at math.
At least we're keeping a consistent schedule where like you guys underwhelm me on one episode. Like Div 6 I was underwhelmed, and then Div 5 I was like you raised the bar a little bit and I was happy again, and now I'm back to being
We saw that though. We saw you happy. We dropped it right back down.
Yeah, exactly.
Right back down.
We don't want you to get too happy.
This is not what we want. The show's not about happiness.
No, it's about sadness here at FPF. We're going to get chewed on by the powers to be. All right, 4B. Let's talk about this here, guys, in terms of what your outlook is for this division.
Cool.
Norfolk and Chance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they had a great run spring season.
Great run.
Well, look, when they went with young Cristiano,
Rocco
Yes.
Cristiano.
was
Simone and I
like,
were on the hype train for Rocco Cristiano
yeah.
right away. I liked him
were.
a lot.
Yes,
We were at the same game actually at I think it was Stade Hebert.
that's probably why we were on the same hype train.
Yeah,
I mean, Papineau.
yeah, Papillon, exactly. And we were there. and We're like, whoa, this guy's good. There's something here. You know, like
yeah.
he's far from perfect, but he has a nice repertoire of throws. He throws a very catchable ball. He has. I think there's a disparity between the top end talent and the lower talent in this team, but he has enough of the top end guys
Yeah.
to help him.
They will definitely
develop.
lead, and like I clicked on this team just to look at the roster, and I was pleasantly surprised with a couple of old names I haven't seen in a while.
And
Jason
Blades.
Edwards is on this
Yeah.
team.
Yeah,
Jason
Edwards,
Edwards, Wayne Burke, both were on my first championship team, Dark Horses. Andrew Carruthers is on this team as well. I think there are enough players on this team that can lead and carry this team to success. They have a lot of experience, and they can bestow that upon, among others, Rocco, who will learn a lot as a quarterback from them, provided he keeps a tight enough leash, I guess, and like can command the huddle.
And I was surprised when I saw Andrew Carruthers. I'm like, yeah, well, how many games will he play? But I was prejudiced because I looked it up. He's played full seasons in his last 3 seasons in FPF. So it's one of those things where guys get a reputation, but like
From
he's
nowhere.
from nowhere.
From
He-
peas, basically.
No, it just like it happened in early in his career.
Wait, Pease perpetuates false narratives?
Absolutely, I am the false narrative.
What, you don't exist?
But I was happy. Yes,
What is
but
this,
I will
like,
say though, they also played Manglers, who were somewhere out of their depth in the division, in my opinion.
I feel that they're overachieving because they played a team that's way weaker.
yeah, they got.
Yeah, but you know what?
Oh, they're
It's-
really good because they played nobody.
The middle of the schedule will be tough for them. Sphinx, Team Ethnic, no name Vikings.
It's either gonna be really tough or reality check.
Yeah, but who
That was tough.
okay. All right, Simon. Can you put him on timeout, please? Here we go. 2 minutes.
Just
timeout,
turn off his
please.
mic for a little while.
Please, for like 2 minutes. Thank you. PZ.
Hey, how's
When
it
we
Mo,
look-
you just said Sphinx, Team Ethnic, No Name, and Vikings. You just listed a one win, 3 loss teams.
But those could be the 4 toughest games for them on the schedule.
So what
LV?
you're saying is that of the teams, of those 4 teams you mentioned, only one of them won in week 1, and those are going to be their toughest
Well,
teams.
To be fair-
overreaction over here. Is, GM,
a lot of
they
these,
weren't-
but like a lot of I noticed a lot of division teams are playing each other early, so it could be that they've played each other. Although I don't know that, it's a false narrative 2.0.
Anyway, PZ, we'll keep this a 2-man show for now.
Yes, what'd you say, Simon? I can't hear you. Wait, what?
Sorry, huh? Okay, so if you were to pick NIC or Blue Chips as being a team that you would put your money down, who would it be? Because Blue Chips has been that sort of that.
Well, blue chips are fun. Like
unpredictable though.
Jordan Mitchell is not really a dual threat quarterback, but his one threat is amazing. You know, like he has like his ability to take off and just demolish any rusher. He essentially makes your rusher pointless.
There's no point in rushing him.
Well, you have to because I mean he'll just run it. If you don't rush, he'll run,
Yeah.
and if you rush, he'll run. And the thing is, he's just not a great passer, and he has difficulty delivering long balls, which he likes to throw. So if he can become a little more disciplined, he can actually become a dual threat quarterback. So
Yeah,
they're an interesting study.
You got
and
small giants in 2 weeks at Loyola. So
that'll be fun.
That'll be a fun game to watch. And PZ's favorite team, POP, week 4.
I like POP. Good dudes. I legitimately like everyone on the team.
That wasn't the case 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
I just thought they should have lost that game.
Supposedly lost that game.
I just
All
thought
right.
they should have lost every game to Moose, and we always lost that game.
Perhaps, yes. All hooks. You look at this team.
Mm-hmm.
Small, you back on there with us? Okay, good. All hooks. Right now,
Do you have
they
a
are
question
in-
about them, or just gonna keep saying their name? Is this like Beetlejuice?
No, I was trying to find the division exactly.
Will they appear if you say it one more time?
Lobster Dinner and Sphinx in the division. The Meat Machine, who are on 1. They have a tricky division here. This is not the easiest
I
road
don't
to
know.
win.
Hey.
a
Yes
top
and no.
2
I mean,
seed.
look, Sphinx will be tough. That said, they faced Lobster Dinner, and John Brown, I believe, is one of those quarterbacks who's just much better playing with a lead. So it's not not necessarily a challenge. Depends how that game goes. Samuel Caron is going to take a while to develop into a true
what's a
FPF
while?
quarterback.
Hey, I'm back.
Felix Laflamme and Maxim are actually on this team, and they're excellent players for this division. Grinder's Mean Machine, I don't believe in at all. So, I mean, if you're looking for their odds, give me plus 700 on all hooks. That's the
That's
money
good.
line right there.
They have a fun team, though.
Yeah.
They have a real fun team. And
I think they'll be good, man. I think they'll be good.
But they always come up short though in the playoffs. That's their biggest downfall because guys get hurt and guys are on vacation. That's been their roster issue.
Cool.
they have a good life other than the injuries.
Yeah, but
Cool.
you
They
know,
do other things than
if
FPF.
they're a full squad, they're the toughest team to beat in this division.
Yeah.
In 4B. Simo, do you agree? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think there's a few teams that are scarier. Eagle thinks he's very funny at the moment. I think Les Stud is the better team all around just because they have so many ridiculous players on the team. But all looks, I would agree with Pease, is like a 7-3 team.
Game changers. I know it's a relic of what they were. I remember that Sunday night. It was you, Eagle, PZ, and I were like, "Wow, man, this team looks like they're gonna be Division 1 in like in 2 years." Here they come, and here they are, 4B.
Can I backpedal on that?
We can both.
Nope.
backpedal. we anointed our boy Anton Sakis with the Sports Illustrated cover jinx that he's the next great franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's been underwhelming with him as a quarterback.
I think Game Changer is the kind of team that they're going to play the same way they did in Division, was it C or D last spring? Where they finished like 4 and 6. They're going to win some games.
When they had like 3 guys show up to 10 games or something
Yeah,
like that.
something like
it's-
that.
No. It had
Yeah,
to do with
that's
injuries
exact.
and-
I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen. Is they're going to look good in the first 2 weeks, and then a few games are not going to go their way, and then they're going to struggle to get a roster together, and they're just going to lose a little bit too many games.
Their big game is week 6 against All Hooks on February.
I mean,
14th.
also they scored 18 points week 1, so
That's
they
not great.
might not even be that good.
That's not great.
It's not a good start.
It's
Considering the talent you have at quarterback, that's not amazing.
Well, he hasn't
But
played
why
quarterback
has
in
he
a while,
regressed
too.
though? Why has he stagnated as a quarterback though,
But
guys?
does he still play?
I think it's so hard when you don't have a consistent group.
He's been playing receiver for a while.
He got sacked 5 times on
One season.
on the weekend.
He played
He
receiver
didn't
one
play.
season.
Did he play quarterback last winter?
No, he did in winter, not in spring.
Okay,
I
so he
believe.
did last winter.
I believe so.
Yeah, he
Can
did.
somebody
He did
look it
play
up?
winter. Yes, I believe that's the truth.
I believe so should be the name of this podcast.
I mean, if only we had someone here to do the research.
Yes,
Or like
exactly.
2 people.
5 sacks though he took.
That's a lot of sacks.
That's all
That's Phil
huge
Cutler
amounts.
double sacks,
Yeah.
That's Simon Dagenet equivalent of INTs to be
Basically.
exact.
I guess. Thank you.
But that to me just it shows that he doesn't have timing down with his guys because it is just a random collection of dudes at the moment. They have not yet come together as a core.
Great analysis.
Yeah.
It's like you've done this before.
Once or twice.
Time for our predictions, boys.
Nice.
4B. Let's go
Good
4B
times.
first. Okay, any undefeated? Yes or no?
No.
No. All right. Peace.
I also say no.
Cool.
Yeah.
Blue chips.
Oh,
Oh, I say no.
Oh.
Winless teams.
neither.
Can I also say blue chips? Just because it would be fun. I don't believe it though.
Okay, Blue Chips winless for Peas. GM, any winless teams?
Well, I prefer to not be wrong since blue chips have already won a game. At this point,
He's not very good.
like I'm looking at the plus minus here. The Manglers and
Yeah.
Grabbage.
Gabuge.
Had really rough outings, so they would conceivably be the front runners. But I don't think,
I think
we'll see a 1-10
I
team.
saw a bit of the Wranglers. Honestly, it's they don't look like they're ready to play in this division. They might have been missing guys too because it's right after the Christmas break. We see that a lot in the winter season, so I might be entirely wrong. But
The first week is a bit rough.
they didn't seem to be a team who can compete in Division 4.
How many wins per division average? 7 or 6?
6.42.
Okay, GM.
It's an average.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Pie.
6.5 for you, Simon?
No.
He just likes pie.
Okay.
And his mic is off again because of his
3.5.
terrible contribution to the show.
Your
3.14.
finalists will be who for 4B?
What?
Finalists will be who for 4B?
For 4B, let's see. I like LV. I like LV and I like all hooks. Give me all hooks and LV.
That's interesting.
Let's do it.
Simon.
Give me a sec. I like LV too. I think this might, if there's a season for them, I think this might be the one. I think I've said that before about the team I was referring to is MVE. Actually, it was in Playground, but it's the same
But it's
core.
the same group, yeah.
Yes, but anyways, you couldn't name it earlier, Peas. So don't act like you know. I just think that LV has a chance. Other than that, blue chips probably. So LV against blue chips, that sounds very doable.
Okay, GM.
Alternate for LV would be past our prime against blue chips.
POP against all hooks. That's the finals.
Yeah, I can see all
4A.
these.
Let's do 4A quickly here, boys. We have winless and undefeated. Yes or no?
Yes, undefeated, no winless.
Well, Alpha T's have not yet lost the game with Jesse Tupuy as quarterback, so why not stay undefeated?
Okay.
Give me undefeated Alpha T's.
GM.
No, I don't think so. I think we will see neither an undefeated nor a winless team.
I think Niners have a chance to go undefeated. Finals will be who? 4A.
69ers against the Bullies.
Okay.
Give me Alpha T's. Give me Jaegerbomb.
Alpha T's Jaeger Bomb rematch is what I was thinking
Yeah,
as
that'd
well.
be fun. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, both teams who moved up from the Div 4B championship.
Yeah.
69ers are going to go to the show this year. And
They won't,
I
though.
agree with Simon.
Because again, Alpha T's never lost.
I agree with Simon.
Yeah, 69ers are going to be
Like
that
the
one team
Ball.
that beats them in the
They're
conference
undefeated.
final
Same
for the
prediction,
first
Simon.
ever time. Sorry, I thought I was off again.
Yeah, that's my finals for 4A and 4B. Okay, so there you go. We'll get into more in-depth conversation in the ensuing weeks with these two clowns to my left, and then
What?
Eagle and GM to
There's
my
a clown
far
here?
right.
Or front. To
Or
your far
in me,
front.
Yeah, the GM's to my far right, though. Quickly, what did you learn in today's episode?
That the more tired Eagle gets, the less funny he is.
I learned that Eagle can turn off Simo's mic whenever he wants, and it's amazing.
Could probably do it to
Wicked.
you too.
What? I
Wicked.
can hear you.
GM?
I learned that you don't accurately remember Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because Violet Beauregard eats gum and balloons up, not chocolate.
Oh, that was chocolate. My bad.
Have you seen
That's
the movie?
Augustus Gloop, who he falls in the chocolate river.
Yes, that's right. Yes, I forgot.
Brush up, Mo.
So many children died in that
Did
movie
you ever?
and book.
I know.
Yeah, that would not be
Terrible
acceptable.
story.
Not acceptable in today's society. All right, without further ado, magic words, please.
Me too.
I mean,
You guys both looked at me, and it's been 2 shows already that I've said, from all of us here.
Roll Tide.
hate you so much.